What do modern day women mean by knowing themselves? It's not about going to the mountains, the Himalayas, a monastery, or any of that. It's way less spiritual and more mundane. Getting ran through by a bunch of men, ghosting them, or getting ghosted, and getting their body counts through the roof. Still, despite this sinful lifestyle, these women think they can dump that lifestyle for good and become the most exemplary wives in the world. As funny as it sounds, that's just a fantasy inside their minds, but the reality is that men might find them desirable for quick action, but in terms of marriage and having kids, not in a million years. Just like women are programmed to seek the best seed, if you know what I mean, a man is programmed to seek for the best partner. A woman with lots of contacts or male friends, plus a high body count and provocative pics, is not the type to marry. Yeah, solo life ain't easy, especially after assuming women can do it better all alone because they need no men. Anyway, in today's video, we'll talk about the biggest regrets of post-war women, why 99.9% of guys never marry them, and much more. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Antonio Carrasco. He said, "If I earned 300k a year, I wouldn't look at any of those girls. P.S. for that last woman, you want a man that earns more than 100k and you can't even say two phrases with any sense. Hey now, don't break their bubble of delusion, they won't know how to react. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual guys, I'll pick one from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow.
You guys might know for a fact how post-war women operate. They ride the D carousel, pursue careers they don't like, and pick and choose, surprise, bad boys who never want to commit. On top of that, they hit the club, drink and smoke, and get older than any woman who takes care of herself instead of doing that crazy stuff. Stuff that is haram as well. Anyway, they're so predictable, and not only do they get ghosted, they ghost too. They might go on student exchange programs, travel to a whole new country, and do anything but study. Yeah, you guessed it, they get some D. And this applies to college girls too. In short, plain insanity. After riding the carousel and a whole bunch of activities that hurt their pair bonding skills, they try to settle down, go for nice guys, and say that all they want is a man who sees them for who they are and not what they did. Thank you, but no thank you. 99.9% of men are not looking to settle down with the former 304. Just like how a woman is concerned with a man's future, aka ability to protect and provide for her, a man is concerned with a woman's past. If she's got a lot of foreign DNA in her body, a man will be disgusted with that and will not take that woman seriously. And as you guys know, when you hit your peak, or even before, the married woman, former 304s, and those kinds of girls suddenly want the guys they labeled as unattractive. Spoiler, these women ain't looking for love, but rather help. Protect your wallets and assets, guys.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's actually kind of interesting because this is actually an interesting ploy. I talked to Kez about this, which is, I have another friend who I'm not gonna, give his name, but I had this conversation with him, and you'll know who I'm referring to. Mm-hmm. But I was like, hey, it's funny when you were not the attractive guy in school, you were not like, which is me, but I'm like, yeah, it's funny. But then you start getting into a position where all of a sudden, it's like as you get older, it's like it doesn't make any sense in your head. You're like all of a sudden, women want you, married women want you, and you start to see it increase as your wealth increases and your
right
your
about 30
status.
years old.
But I went. It's so crazy because you look at the people in high school that peaked in high school, which was a lot of people, and they, you know, got all the pussy and they were doing whatever they wanted. And it's like, I go, the reason why you're kind of reckless or, you know, making mistakes or whatever is because you never had this opportunity to be at a you know, desirable. And it's not like you suddenly just got like better looking, but you did to them. Because like it's not like your face just changed, but it's like all of a sudden now you have something that can bring stability to women,
and it's also necessity on their part as well.
When they want you, and he's like, I know it's hard for you to like handle all the new female attention because you never did have it, and you didn't, so you never thought about it.
You think your perseverance is finally, you know, your ship has come in, you know, you have finally hit pay dirt. I did the right thing. I stuck to my guns, and now she really finds me attractive. No, it's because she's 29 to 31 years old, and her necessities have changed from the time she was like 18 till she was about 28 years old. That's the period that in my second book, Preventive Medicine, I have a timeline in there of what men can expect from women at various phases of maturity for women. And right around 29 to 31 years old, which, by the way, is the prime demographic for first marriage in the United States. Men are about 29, women about 28, somewhere around there. And that's when women go, oh shit, the lights are coming on at the club, and I better find a guy to leave the party with. And they're hoping they're going to find a guy who at least has some prospect or is a good bet for them, because at that stage, they are becoming to realize or acknowledge that they can't compete in the sexual marketplace like they did when they were 23 years old.
100% of women want to get with 20% of guys. Of that 20%, only 4.5% of guys are hot. And man, I gotta get with that guy. Those are the guys who you'll hear Jordan Peterson say are evil, fiendish Christian Greys. And these women don't know any better because they want the bad boy. And he's gonna take them and lick the ice cream. And he's gonna ruin those girls for just the average guys who are gonna have to deal with her psychological problems and baggage for the rest of their lives.
Let's check out the signs that prove that a woman has hit the wall or is on the verge of that. 1. Expressing frustration with the question, where are all the good men? As women reach their 30s or mid-30s, they come to realize that they can no longer compete with the youthful appearance, smooth skin, and lustrous hair of a younger woman. Feeling anxious, they begin searching desperately for a solution in the form of a reliable and kind-hearted man, whom they never paid attention to during their younger years. Once women reach the age of 30 to 35 and beyond, they can no longer rely solely on their beauty to attract affluent and attractive men who take them on dates and trips. The nice guy becomes their way out of a cycle of casual relationships and into a more stable life as a content suburban wife. Also, let's not forget when she says she's had her fun. I find it difficult to comprehend why women believe this is an appealing aspect for men. It's widely understood what the phrase, "I've had my fun," implies. She has spent the past 2 decades engaging in various sexual relationships. One can only imagine the number of partners a 38-year-old woman who claims to have had her fun and now desires to settle down has been intimate with. This description does not hold any special appeal for men, yet women consistently include it in their dating app profiles.
Being an independent boss-ass bitch stealing $1 million from the government put me in prison. All right, I'm a felon now, and I regret I'm about to cry. I'm a felon, and I regret every moment of it, all right? But God damn it, I should have stayed my ass home like I was in Ohio, sheltered. I looked down on bitches like me. When I was fucking 16, and if I met myself right now, I'd be like, bitch, who the fuck is you? Bitch, I'm 27. I don't have kids. I was supposed to be dead by 25.
Okay.
Having kids and everything. I don't have kids.
No more
I don't
drinks.
have a husband.
No more drinks.
I don't have none of that. Like, I'm staying with my friend. I don't own a condo. Yeah, you got your condo props, but there's plenty of bitches still on OnlyFans. You still need social media to have OnlyFans.
2. They brag about getting hit on by a bunch of dudes. Women get hit on constantly because men are always trying to get laid. This happens dozens of times a day from the time women hit puberty until they stop looking appealing as they age. A teenage girl is used to receiving male attention everywhere she goes: the mailman, the guy at the pizza place, dudes at the mall, etc. It's a common part of her day, like checking her phone and hopping on Instagram. It's so normal she doesn't even think to mention it unless the man is exceptionally creepy, which simply means unconfident and unattractive in her opinion. At least most of the time. When a woman starts bragging about men noticing her, it's because that stream of attention has slowed down to a trickle. A woman who brags or complains about getting hit on wins twice. She received attention from the man who catcalled her, and she gets to be the center of attention again by telling the story. By story, you might know what I mean. Listen up.
Did my job. I retired. I've moved on. I'm working really hard at something else. And I am constantly disrespected and constantly disregarded as a decent human being.
3. Dating younger men. From the onset of puberty, women are naturally attracted to men who possess resources, good looks, and social status, often found in older individuals. During their high school years, freshman girls tend to date upperclassmen who have cars and higher social standing, disregarding the scrawny, acne-prone boys their own age who ride bikes to school and may not yet have reached physical maturity to join the football team. As young women, they may opt to date managers or individuals with stable incomes rather than fellow struggling interns. Women generally do not consider younger men as potential partners until they reach a certain age or face a decline in their own attractiveness. Around the age of 30, men often enter a phase where they have developed their looks, attained a certain social status, and accumulated financial stability. A man in his 30s to mid-30s is typically at the peak of his confidence, handsomeness, and success in life, making him more desirable to women than ever before.
So when we talk about the wall in the manosphere, for example, like a lot of people say, well, there's lots of girls who are like 33 years old and they're hot and they're sexy. And I go, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. The wall doesn't start here. The wall starts here for women. It's, can I compete with the 23-year-old version of me? Can I compete with the next crop of girls? Because as I said, from 15 all the way up to 90, that's the demographic that men find the most attractive. It's peak fertility. If there's a biological clock, it ain't at 31 years old. It's when you were 23 years old. That's when you can conceive easier. That's when you can carry a child to term easier. And I think on a biological evolutionary level, men understand that. So when a woman gets to be about 29, 30, 31 years old, it's like, oh shit, I better find a guy for the long term, because from 30 on to hope you live a long life, but till however long you're going to live, women are looking for long-term security after that point.
At this stage, it is quite common for men in their 30s to be attracted to younger women, and this inclination is completely natural. Younger women often seek men who possess a nice car, have some disposable income for enjoyable outings, and demonstrate a level of maturity that they find admirable. Unfortunately, this leaves women in their 30s feeling left out and overlooked. Men their age tend to pursue girls who have just turned 22, creating a challenging situation for 30-something-year-old women. Regrettably, this realization often occurs at a time when a woman in her 30s realizes that time is running out for certain life choices. Many women in this predicament turn their attention towards younger men who are also experiencing a similar sense of exclusion, as women their age tend to prefer older men. When a woman in her mid-30s or older starts engaging in relationships with younger men, it can be seen as a sign that she recognizes her options are limited. And sorry, not sorry, 99.9% of men out there do not want to be used as a plan B after these chicks ride the carousel. And 4. Incorrectly asserting men are intimidated by women's success. The notion that men are intimidated by successful women is a misconception. Women who believe that their career in human resources or owning a financed Nissan Altima, a nod to Coach Greg Adams, are driving men away to face reality. It is not the woman's bachelor's degree in social work that repels men, but rather her unpleasant and opinionated demeanor. The statement, "men don't like smart women," is an oversimplification. Men are not averse to intelligent women. Rather, they dislike women who exhibit unpleasant, controlling, and masculine traits that some individuals associate with being smart. A mature man has no reason to feel intimidated by a woman who, in biological terms, is physically weaker, smaller in size, more emotional, and less logical compared to males. It is simply a matter of recognizing the inherent differences between genders. But you know what? Some men would argue that men are intimidated by strong, educated, and opinionated women. Just listen up.
So I saw this tweet that asked, are men threatened by strong, educated, opinionated women who have a successful career? And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, yes, we are. Scariest shit in the world dealing with these type of women nowadays. We're threatened by the fact that you ladies have gotten so far away from understanding where your inherent value lies, which is not in your shitty ass opinions about any and everything or your worthless liberal arts degrees, but in your femininity, your beauty, your interdependence, and your ability to shut the fuck up sometimes. We're threatened by your distorted perceptions of what it means to be strong, which is actually obnoxious, combative, stubborn, intolerable, and repulsive. We're threatened by the substantial increase in the risk of divorce that tends to correspond to how strong, educated, and opinionated y'all tend to be. We're threatened by the idea of women who are so out of touch with their femininity that they're no longer pleasurable to be around or desirable as long-term mates. Threatened by the level of stupidity it actually requires for women to believe that being strong, educated, and opinionated actually makes y'all desirable. We're threatened by delusional masculinized imitations of men who know it all, who only claim they don't need one because they don't know how to keep one.
Throughout my dating experience spanning from 20s to my 30s, I've had the opportunity to date women across a wide age range from 23 to 43. Younger women possess certain physical attributes that are often seen as positive aspects. They tend to have a youthful and attractive appearance with firmer and tighter features. Their level of arousal and excitement can also be noteworthy. Understanding the experiences and perspectives of older women is crucial for men who seek a comprehensive understanding of women as a whole. While they may not explicitly express it, older women often subtly convey their awareness that they are gradually relinquishing the influence and power they once held and will never get back. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Have you ever dealt with a post-wall woman? Did she have any other red flags apart from the ones I've described in this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.